This is the STV News. Good evening. 3 people are to appear in court charged with firearm offences linked to gang activity across the country. It comes as the organisation representing police officers says staffing shortages within the force are putting lives at risk as the violence escalates. Vanessa Taff reports.
2 of the country's biggest cities are at the heart of escalating gang violence. In Edinburgh, 2 men and a teenage girl have been arrested and charged in connection with drugs and firearm offences. Officers found multiple weapons, including a gun, at a property in the Pilton area of the city. It comes as those trying to quell the violence want more boots on the ground.
We've organised crime groups around the country who will carry out their violent activities, it appear, with almost impunity, or they believe they have, because we have such a finite resource that we can actually only deal with these matters as they arise.
Homes targeted, businesses set alight, and a series of assaults in a matter of weeks. While officers are reassuring communities they're doing all they can to stop the feud, they're asking for help.
As everything, we're always relying on the public to provide us with intelligence so that we can target these individuals when these incidents should happen.
The Scottish Government say they're investing a record amount into the force. Those arrested and charged are due to appear in Edinburgh Sheriff Court tomorrow. Vanessa Taff, STV News.
Scottish ministers are calling for an urgent meeting with the UK government on the implications of the landmark Supreme Court ruling. Judges ruled that the legal definition of a woman refers to biological sex. The decision means people who are born male no longer have access to female-only facilities and services. Trans people have called the decision a step backwards for their rights and their community. Rural groups are warning new licensing rules around the controlled burning of heather and grass could lead to an increased risk of wildfires. Farmer and gaming group organisations are concerned many land managers won't be able to obtain a licence in time. Muir burning is the controlled burning of moorland vegetation to reduce build-up and therefore prevent wildfires. The Scottish Government says there is adequate time to prepare. It comes following a spate of wildfires, including one on the Isle of Arran. Well, that takes us on to sport now, and Rangers head coach Barry Ferguson says the Ibrox side need to get back challenging for trophies after their Europa League journey came to an end. A 2-0 defeat away to Athletic Bilbao in the quarter-finals last night brought the curtain down on their campaign. From Bilbao, here's Ronnie Charters.
STV Sport, sponsored by the C.R. Smith Spring Sale.
One in Cyril. It's a clear pull. It's a clear red card. They go down to 10 men, as I said. That changes the full game. And then the second one in the second half with Nico. It's his hand's out here. It strikes his hand. That's another penalty.
Minute 15 away from home, you have a clear penalty. I think that obviously helps us. Puts us in an advantage, obviously, in both in the tie to go through.
It's had a good European run. Sadly, it ended tonight.
Meanwhile, back at home, it's all eyes on Hampden for a big weekend in the Scottish Cup. Hearts and Aberdeen go head-to-head in the first semi-final tomorrow lunchtime.
We need to embrace this challenge. We're in a semi-final of the National Cup, and it's a great occasion.
Everybody knows how difficult it is to win a title, but still you have to believe you can, and you have to try everything you have.
That's before St Johnstone and Celtic battle it out for a place in the final on Sunday. Ronnie Charters, STV Sport.
STV Sport, sponsored by the C.R. Smith Spring Sale.
All right, let's see how the weather is looking now with Sean.
Outbreaks of ancient sites will gradually settle into an evening of pizza plates al fresco. TUI sponsors STV Weather.
A very good evening to you. Today we've had the best of the weather across northern parts, best of the sunny spells. We hang on to the clearer spells here until a wee bit later on the night. But for much of the mainland there is going to be a wet night to come, especially across western parts with that rain that we've seen moving in during today. Across the Hebrides it's staying particularly wet as well. Temperature wise, not quite as chilly with the cloud cover around tonight. Temperature's about 5 or 6 degrees Celsius. Now tomorrow that weather front will very, very slowly drift its way westwards. The rain will tend to come and go through much of the day across lights of Ayrshire into parts of Dunbartonshire, Renfrewshire, Inverclyde and also Glasgow. So quite damp here with the rain coming going through tomorrow. The rain a bit more persistent through the day across much of Argyll and Bute, the West Highlands and also the Hebrides. So many western parts staying damp tomorrow. Best of drier, brighter weather as we run our way up the east of the country. Edinburgh, Lothians, Fife, Borders, Angus, Aberdeenshire and Dundee. So feeling not too bad inland parts of the east, but cool along the coast with the onshore breeze, 8 or 9 degrees Celsius, 10 degrees in the west, but of course feeling cooler here given the fact that we've got the cloud and the rain. Easter Sunday, we still hang on to some rain in the far west, but feeling pleasant in any sunny spells. Bye-bye.
TUI sponsors STV Weather.
And that's all we have time for now. From everyone on the news team, enjoy the rest of your evening and indeed your Easter weekend. Bye for now.